Welcome back. Now we move on, and our focus is now shifting to the electorate. What does the electorate think about all this that's going on, all that you just heard in that commercial break that we had? And what do Nigerians think? In the studio this morning, I'd like to welcome Professor Femi Ajayi, who's a professor in the Department of Political Science, Babcock University.
Thank you for inviting me.
And sitting next to him is Terence Onyejiako, who is coordinator of Act Now Niger.
I'm grateful to be here.
Niger spelled 9JA.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to add. And on this side, it's my pleasure to welcome a legal practitioner and a social commentator and Alero's brother. He insists that I tell you that, Oscar Owundewe.
Thank you
Good
very much.
Good of you to come
My
this morning.
sister.
And lastly, but not least, of course, Pastor Haruna Karatu,
Yes.
who is Director of Finance, Christian Association of Nigeria, Northern States, and Abuja.
19 northern states.
19 Northern States and Abuja. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Let me begin with you, my brother. To your mind, how does the Nigerian politician view Nigerians, namely the electorate?
That is very interesting. First, let me say this. People thrive on the inadequacies of others. The Nigerian politician understands the vulnerability of the average Nigerian, and we always present ourselves as people you can take advantage of. Lie to me, walk on my base sentiments,
Oh boy.
and I will flow with you. And where possible, if you have some bags of rice, and well, the one they now call stomach infrastructure, go ahead and give it to me, and all will be well. And I will sing your praises. And because it is that way, the politicians will always thrive on that inadequacy, because no attempt has been made by the time we were transiting from the with immediate effect mentality to power belongs to the people. We still don't know that power belongs to us. So we suffer.
So we paint the picture that the politicians see.
Absolutely. I mean, it's with our consent. Absolutely with our consent. The day we begin to say no, the politician will adjust. They flow with our mood.
Okay. Pastor, do you not think that things are beginning to change? That the electorate is now beginning to see how much power he has and is beginning to adjust to that and make sure that his thoughts and his feelings are taken into consideration by politicians?
Actually, we, as religious leaders, we came to a point where we saw that the average Nigerian, the masses, they are really fed up. And we saw that we are sincerely heading to a situation where if care is not taken, we shall have more and more of these insurgencies. So that was why 2 days ago, all the sheikhs, the Islamic religious leaders from the north, called all of us indigenous pastors from the north. And we sat down together and we held a 2-day meeting. It was a meeting, according to the sheikh who chaired the meeting, that the north is in a situation now, and how the Hausa word is halin kakanikai, that is, we are getting to a situation where we are almost saying, what shall we do? And for that reason, he said, we know that mahogany is very bitter, but if you have dysentery, you must have to take mahogany to cure your dysentery. And that here we must now tell ourselves the bitter truth. on how to salvage the entity called the North, and by extension, Nigeria. And we held that meeting, and I said they should forward the communique must have been with the press now. We spoke sincerely and openly, irrespective of party inclination. All we wanted was that we want everybody to understand the position of an average, ordinary northern person, and like I say, by extension, Nigeria, because of this so many crises, and what can we do to salvage the situation. And that was why we agreed that people now, as far as Nigerian politics is concerned, they should look on personality and what that person can offer, not party any longer.
Let me take my question to you, Professor. Do you not believe that the Nigerian electorate is getting more aware to a point where the politicians now actually care what the electorate thinks and is actually taking into consideration? I know what Oscar said earlier about bags of rice and all that, but is all that not reducing?
Well, we thank God that Nigerians are putting on their thinking cap. In the sense that initially it was, well, you come, I go. But now Nigerians, I think, I'm so glad that our religious leader from the north is now revealing what they just discussed. We, the people, we own the government. And we own the government depends on who we send there to represent our interest. All these politicians, they were just struggling. They were competing to actually see how they can disburse these resources belonging to Nigerians. And in the place of disbursing the resources belonging to Nigerians, we choose, pardon me for my words, non-entities to represent our interest. And now they are waking up that, well, it's no more that we have to get involved. Because the person we actually elect to represent us will be based on who that person is, how good they see. It's not the distribution of money or bags or things like that that will actually revive Nigeria. Nigerians, we have to take things to ourselves, and we have to do it our own, because the law, the government belongs to us, and it is for us.
The question,
and it depends.
The question will be,
yes,
how many members of the electorate realize that the government or the power is in their hands? You know, it's been said the power belongs to the people, but how many people realize that they have the power in their hands?
That is where everybody has to come in. Both religious leaders have to come in to tell them that, well, this belongs to you. The school decisions have to come in, just like Backward did, our department, political science. Recently, we have to go around the whole Ekene local government, all the towns there, to educate the people, to educate the voters. The media houses have to do that. That is, they have to do it fairly to everybody, that we have to educate our people that this government belongs to every one of us. And it's our contribution, it's our vote. And it happens maybe once in 4 years, which is causing some problems now because everything will just combine together. And we have to keep on educating our people to know that. Because the vote is for the future. It's not for now. It's not what we feel as stomach.